Hey, songwriter, welcome back to At-Home Songwriting. I'm Chad Shank, and today I am giving you step number three out of nine on how you can write more hit level songs that connect with your audience. So if you missed steps one and two, go back, watch them on the channel, and you can jump in. And this is your step number three on giving you a system that you can use over and over again to write songs that last. So just to recap where we've come from. So step one is all about writing one clear hook sentence that states the song's emotional point. It gives you that emotional headline. Step two is decide who is talking to who and why this needs to be said now. So it's all about developing the stance and the approach on point of view. And the results of steps one and two is it gives you more of a focused song, not a soakest fong, that knows what it means and what it's for. So steps one and two are those initial steps that you're using before you even start to think about writing lyric. But now we're jumping in to step three. And step three is how do we start to prove the hook with evidence? So your chorus is the hook. Your chorus is the emotional headline. It's the emotional statement that the whole song revolves around. And step three is how do we then start proving the hook with evidence? And what I'm talking about here is writing verses and specifically writing your first verse of your song. So your verse's job and the reason why your verse exists is to support the hook. And if your verse is not proving or pointing to the hook, no proof means no belief. So your song's going to fall flat. Your listeners are not going to believe it if your verse does not prove or provide evidence for the hook. So your verse, this is where the song starts to become real. And the verse is all about evidence. It's not about philosophy. So the verse is not about getting philosophical. The verse is not about getting emotional. It's not about talking about emotions. That's the chorus's job. Your verse, it's evidence, not philosophy. So your verse is where you want to show what happened. You don't want to summarize your feelings. You want to avoid feelings in your first verse, and you want to let the details do the work. This sounds a lot like show, don't tell, right? Because that's what we're really talking about, right? Your first verse is there to really establish what happened, not to give us feeling. And think of your chorus as the headline, like I mentioned. The chorus states the truth. The verse explains how you know that's true. And the evidence that you provide us in that first verse makes that hook and makes that chorus believable. So, a cool way to think about this, and something I discovered, is something called the three receipts method. So, this means three things that you can include in your verse one that help to prove your hook, to help prove your chorus. So, the three receipts are find one specific observation that you could film with a camera. So what is something that you can see, taste, touch? What is one specific observation? That's one receipt. Another receipt is another specific observation. And then the last receipt is one emotional consequence. But when we're talking about emotional consequence here, we're not talking about writing in emotional language. We are actually talking about can you show an emotion through a picture? So can you paint an image that communicates emotion? So think of this as you're establishing the when, the where, and the what is happening. We're not giving emotions in the first verse yet. And receipts are observable. They are not abstract. They are really actions that someone took or actions that they stopped taking. It's moments that you noticed or it's behaviors that changed. So your first verse is all about providing these provable situations and viewable situations. We can observe them. They're not abstract. So they're showing, they're not telling. And in your first verse, you want to keep the language plain and speakable, no poetry, no weird vocabulary, and don't talk about feelings in your first verse. And we want to write how the singer would talk. So again, so important to not get too deep into the flowery emotional language, the poetic emotional language. And it's so important to not speak in a way that just does not sound authentic. Because again, songs are not poetry. They have a different job to do, and we experience them as a conversation with a singer, not the same way that we do poetry. So no poetic explaining, no feelings in your first verse, and write how people talk. And think about it from the camera lens angle. So filmable details make stronger verses. Think of a place you could point a camera at, a time you can point a camera at, a small physical action that's happening, a small physical action that someone is taking. Describe those things, but don't go to emotion. So your first verse is all about filmable details that help prove the chorus. Do you notice there's a theme and I'm repeating myself because I want you to understand the job of the first verse. You know, your chorus is the emotion. Your chorus is why I'm telling you all of this, but your verse is really what happened and it's the proof of why the chorus matters. And you want to save that meaning for the chorus. I see so many writers putting meaning in their verses and they're kind of prematurely blowing the hook, blowing the chorus, right? So save the meaning of the song for the chorus. Don't explain in the verses what the verse means yet. Don't restate the hook. Your listener will start to connect the dots and let them connect the dots. So one thing to remember when you're writing your first verse is one verse, one argument, one set of evidence to prove the hook. Every line should support and lead back to your hook. You're not introducing new topics. You're staying on one set of evidence, and you want to stay inside the same emotional lane. So as you're writing your verses and thinking about evidence, I want you to make sure that you are showing us evidence of when something's happening, where it's happening, who it's happening to, and what are they doing. And don't move forward until your verse is clearly communicating a when, a where, a who, and what they're doing. And each line should support and lead to that chorus. Ask yourself, does this line support the chorus? And if it doesn't, cut it. No matter how good it sounds, if it's not leading to your idea, it's not working. Because strong evidence makes everything easier. And the songs that stick with us, they all use very strong evidence to prove the chorus and to prove the hook. All right, so that wraps up step 3 in our 9-step process to helping you write more hit-level songs. So we've already established our emotional headline, we've established a point of view, and now we've started writing our first verse where we're showing receipts, we're showing evidence of why our chorus means something. So hit like and subscribe, and in the next video, we're going to talk about step 4.